this video, we will show you how to fix a flat tire by replacing the inner tube of your bicycle. In this case, we will be replacing the inner tube of the back tire. Now the best way to work on your bike is to turn it upside down. In order to fix your tire, you need some tools. You will need a pump, and we recommend one with a pressure gauge, pliers, or a wrench to loosen and tighten nuts. I personally prefer pliers. A set of tire levers, and the right size of replacement inner tube. Start by grabbing your preferred tool to loosen the nuts that are holding the tire in place on both sides. By the way, there's no need to completely remove the nuts. To remove the wheel, it is recommended that you have the chain on the smallest cog of the cassette. You will need to move the derailleur back so that the wheel can slip out more easily. You may also need to wiggle the wheel free from the brake pads. Next, if your tire has a valve cap, remove it now. You may need to deflate the tire a bit more to allow easier removal. This is best done by attaching the pump's nozzle to the valve and then letting air escape by pressing against the valve's plunger without securing the head to the valve via the lever. Next, you'll need to remove the tire from the rim. This is best done by using a pair of so-called tire levers. To start, insert one lever between the rim and the bead of the tire. Many tire levers can be attached to the spoke to secure them in place. Now take the second tire lever and insert it a few inches away from the first one. Slide the second lever away from the first one while trying to pry the tire off the rim towards you until a good 5 or 6 inches of the tire have slipped over the rim. Next, use your hands and move them along the tire while pulling the entire one side of the tire off the rim towards you. Now turn the tire over and move the rest of the tire off the rim. Now this is best done by pushing it away from you. Now pull the old inner tube out and discard it. Next, grab a replacement inner tube. Make sure it's the correct size for your bicycle. Now unwrap the replacement inner tube. To make installation a bit easier, pump up the inner tube just a little to give it some shape. Next, insert the inner tube into the tire. Make sure that the inner tube does not crease or fold. The next step is to attach the tire again to the rim. Make sure that the valve fits into the opening in the rim. Now push the tire back onto the rim. You may want to flip the tire upside down to better get it back on the rim. Make sure that the bead of the tire is completely pushed into the rim all around so that it will not come off while riding. To reinstall the wheel, make sure that the chain snaps to one of the cogs. Again, move the derailleur back. You also may have to wiggle the tire through the brake pads. Now tighten the nuts by hand to preliminarily secure the wheel in place. Again, make sure that the wheel is on straight. To check, turn the wheel quickly to make sure it's not crooked. If everything looks good, tighten the nuts on both sides with a wrench or with pliers. Once the wheel is properly installed, you will need to pump up the tire. Make sure you inflate it properly. The appropriate tire pressure should be indicated on the wall of the tire. Once your tire is inflated, replace the valve cap. You have now successfully replaced the inner tube, and you can once again enjoy riding your bike.